Hi everyone, welcome to the episode 8 of Building a Search Engine. I'm going to open the page. Okay, where is it? Where is the chat? Okay. I can't find it. Oh, okay, found it. So, let me know if you're watching. If you aren't watching right now, then you can watch it later. I think I phrased weirdly, but anyway. So all my streams available as videos after the broadcast ends. So today I'm going to finish working on snippets and maybe work on ranking. Let me show what we have right now. We have some simple web UI where you can type queries, right, and see the results. You can play with the search engine by using this IP. I didn't bought a domain name for it yet. Actually today I did some work for it. I modified a bunch of stuff. Basically, I wanted to make cool snippets. I wanted to make this bold, and I wanted to add some more words at the end of best window. If you remember the previous episode, and if you don't remember, I'm going to show what I did, and I'm going to explain the code I wrote last time. So I pushed a bunch of commits to GitHub. Yeah. Hi Jason, thanks for watching. It's actually evening for me. It's 19 p.m. No, sorry, it's weird. Not 19. It's 11 p.m. 23. I don't know. Actually, I'm not good at pronouncing times in English. I think it's 19. Sorry, I'm bad at numerals. Okay, here is the time. It's this. It's in Moscow. So I was tempted to modify a bunch of stuff, and I wanted to make snippets look better. So I pushed a bunch of commits. One of them is this and this. So actually I did some to-dos and I did some refactoring, although I'm not proud of the code. And also I added some bold, which was pretty simple, like real simple list comprehension. So I added this stuff in template, and I also added some no results found to the template. By the way, I wanted to show you this particular commit because there is a cool feature of Flask. In Flask, I mean, it's Ginger, but Ginger is part of Flask anyway. So in Ginger you can write for, which iterates over this thing, and the for loop can have else part, and this else part is going to be executed when this thing is empty. So it looks really neat. I really like this particular feature of Ginger. So as usual, you can ask me questions in the chat, and I'm going to answer them. As usual, I'm going to have a separate browser here, and I'm going to have a small terminal here. YouTube says 5 people are watching, so thanks for this. Okay, so okay, I have this environment here from previous episode. I did a bunch of stuff, sorry, and I need to pull from GitHub, and then I'm going to finish working on snippets. So the way it works, so where is the algorithm? So here is the function that generates snippets, and the way it works, it basically tries to find the window in document that contains all words of query, or actually I modified it. I forgot to tell you, I modified it. Now it doesn't. In the previous episode, I wrote this function in such a way that that it worked only if all words were in window, but right now I modified it in such a way that the window may contain only some part of the query. So, by the way, let me show you the fix. It's actually pretty simple. Okay, yeah, here is the fix. Basically, I now also keep track of number of unique words in window, and here I calculated, and I modified the condition here. So right now I updated best window only if it contains all the words in query, and now I check if like the current window has more words than best window, or if it has as much words as current window, or I mean, if current window have as much words as best window, and it's also shorter, then I like remember the best window thing. And by the way, I return to Oren query terms because I think it's like better. So, yeah. So we have this algorithm that finds the best window, and the window that contains as much words of query as possible, and it is as short as possible. But in certain cases, it can be too large. So I'm going to show you. I think I need to use Firefox. So I'm going to show you. This. By the way, it looks a bit weird because I think in this case it's not working properly because it's kind of long. I need to check it. I think I need to rename this thing. I don't like the name. Hmm. Sorry. I need to. Okay, I think I figured it out. Um, Basically, what bothered me is that this snippet is really long, and it's pretty clear that the window could be shorter. Because, for example, so should be the best window probably. So probably this thing should be the best window, and even though I added some code um, that makes actual snippet larger than best window by 15 words from the left and 15 words from the right, it's clear that on the right there is more than 15 words, and I figured a fix. So I put query words in window. So I put tuples in query words in window, but then I make a set, and what I need to do is take only words and not tuples uh, because because I want to know the number of unique words in current window. So to do this, I'm going to use map. It's probably going to look kind of ugly. I don't know, maybe list comprehension would be better, but I think it would look neater with map. So let's see if it fixes the problem. Searching edit. Source searching. No model named until key. Yeah. Sorry. So someone, actually I don't remember exactly who sent a pull request. Let me check who did this. So it was Jason Tem. Thank you, Jason. So he fixed one of the issues I opened about tokenization and stemming. So so now to use an LTK for tokenization instead of crude Python split function that doesn't handle properly punctuation marks. So and actually I figured one thing, and the thing is that you need to download some stuff from an LTK. I forgot what it is. Let me try running it. So localhost 500. Yeah, English pickle. Sorry. By the way, let me check IPython. I actually started using IPython during the previous episode, so attempting to run to work in a virtual env. If you encounter problems, please install IPython inside the virtual env. Okay, let's see if I have problems stuck already. Nice. Punked. Okay, so I'm developing some stuff that is necessary for an LTK library. I think it worked, and it actually installs in, I think, an LTK data. So it's in home, in your home, an LTK data, which is for me users utilin LTK data. So I'm going to launch the web UI and check it works now. Okay, it works. Now. I'm going to see if the problem with large snippets is fixed. Okay, I think it's still too large. So I think I'm going to briefly switch to ending documents instead of ordering them. I mean, not documents by query terms. Well, not actually query terms, but I mean, there are hits. So, and I'm going to do this because I want to debug the problem and I want to print some stuff. Generate snippet. Going to print this thing and I'm going to see 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to print this thing as well. It work. think I'm going to print query words in window, and then I'm going to print best window. So I think at some point it's like pretty nice, like okay, it's current window. Yeah. Okay, let me check one more time. So what bothers me is that there should be two lists, but like here I can, oh, okay, it's two lists. It's just, I missed this part. I thought it was one list, but it's actually two lists. Everything is okay. And I'm actually going to add some characters to make it more clear. Okay. So here's current window. Here's current window. Oh, sorry. Here's current window, and here is best window. Yeah. So it looks like and I print current window and best window before I update the best window. So as you can see here, we have a nice current window, but best window isn't updated from the previous time. And on the next iteration, there is Python 45 and C++ 85. You can see that best window is nicely updated, but then it stopped working. Like it works for a while, and then something happens. So for example, here it updated the window. Where did it update it? Okay, I think I made a mistake here. I need to update words in best window too. Okay, let's see if it fixes the problem. Weird, didn't work. Still not working. Okay, one more time. Alright, didn't help. Why? Okay, so let's also print best len, current window len. Let's also print words in Windows tab, which is what's in best window, and Okay. By the way, as usual, you can ask me questions in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer them. Have some. Arg. Best len. It's not best len. It's best window len. Arg. What kind of? Yeah. I think it should be fixed now. Now it's undefined. Oh, it's clearly more nice now. So I'm going to commit it. In the previous episodes, I committed pretty early. Pretty rarely, but I think it's a better idea to commit more often. And when I work alone, when nobody is watching, I typically commit much more often, especially with Git, because Git makes things much easier, unlike SVN. So no, I'm not going to push it yet. No need to do it. So I think I fixed this problem, but I might need to. There might be legitimately large snippets. Let me find one. Python, for example, Python program. Yes. And Python program, and it matches the word programming with program. Actually, it's interesting. Oh yeah, I think I know why it does it, because of NLTK stuff, because it stems the word, and stemming is basically like taking a word and cutting it down to some small but meaningful part. So in case of programming, it will be program. Yeah. And it's actually a good feature, but I think in this case it might not work nicely. But anyway, I think it's generally good to stem stuff. And especially, for example, for things like plural, program and programs. Basically, we want to match when users searches for program, we probably won't not do exact match, and not exactly search for singular program, but also show documents that contain plural programs. And it might be even worth in case of programming, but it might be worth to do the same thing for programming and programs, but I'm not sure. Obviously, there is some sort of trade-off. Anyway, so here is super large snippet, which is good. It's legitimately large because sorry, I got distracted. So the thing distracted me is that I add. Okay, let me explain one more time. The algorithm. Currently, it finds best window and it's clearly that best window here is legitimately large, but it also tries to add some more stuff to the left. And what was and the thing that I got distracted by is that there are smaller words. The number of words to the left of program is smaller than 15, and this is because this is the beginning of the document. But if this is the beginning of the document, there shouldn't be this ellipses in, like, there should be no dots. Anyway, or I suppose so. But the problem is that these dots are shown unconditionally. Anyway, I'm going to fix it later. So right now, what I want to do right now is to somehow limit the snippet size, and to do this, I need to somehow cut down the middle of the snippet. Actually, it might be pretty interesting problem because let's say we have multiple did it work? I think the stemming thing works not quite well. I mean, there is one issue with it. Okay, let's say get the card. So, okay, here's that document that I was looking at, and we have 3 bold words here. Program, words. I don't know how to properly pronounce it. Anyway, so and it's pretty interesting how to optimally cut out the part. So, for example, I could cut out this part and maybe leave this part like totally intact. Or on the other hand, I could just somehow cut it, some part here and smaller part here. So I don't know if I should fix it now. Let me think. I need to think for like a couple of minutes to figure out how to. To figure out if there is a simple algorithm. And by the way, if you know if you have some ideas, write them to the chat. I think that there might be a simple algorithm, and okay, I'm not sure I should focus on this issue right now. But basically, let's say we have a super large snippet, and we want to limit it to say 50 words or maybe like 35 words. So let's say it has like a lot of words, and we need to reduce it like for 70 by 70%. So by the way, how many words are there? Just want to check it. Want to check how many words here. Okay. This is in characters. I need length in word. By the way, I don't need to use Python here. I just put echo, then this thing, and then it says download. Okay, there is over 100 of words. So let's say we need to have like no more than 50 words, and it means that we need to filter out about 2/3 of words. So the simplest algorithm would be to split the snippet in like parts. So this is one part, this is another one, this is the third one, 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah, this is the third one, and this is the fourth one. And like I said, the simplest way is to remove the 2/3 of each part. But I'm not sure if I like this algorithm, and it actually can take a while to implement. By while I mean like an hour, or it may be 2. So I probably don't want to deal with it right now. Anyway, so I'm going to just create an issue in GitHub, which is so the title. How do I formulate it? Snippet length should limited to should be limited. So I'm going to create the issue. I mean, an issue. I don't know, I'm bad at English. My English is pretty bad, especially when it comes down to articles, stuff like that. We don't have articles in Russian. So, back to the point. So, here is an issue I'm creating or the issue I'm creating. And if you want to contribute, you may fix it. And if you don't want to contribute, well, don't contribute. And I will address it in one of the next episodes. But I think I'd rather focus on other parts of the search engine, like crawling large parts of Reddit, of learn programming subreddit. Okay, I think I'm streaming for how long? For 40 minutes. And I think that this episode is going to be shorter than usual. I don't know. By the way, do you think, how long, okay, I would like to ask you how long should the episodes be? Because I can talk for 2 hours, but maybe you are tired at some point, and they should be shorter. Anyway, I usually try to whenever I just start an episode, I think I'm going to stream for like an hour and no more, but I end up streaming like 2 hours because there is some problem in between the episode, like a person problem. I get stuck, I debug stuff, and I don't want to end the episode in the middle of debugging. So let me know if my episodes are too long. I think now I'm going to look at NLTK stuff because basically right now there is this line plots file, there is query terms. By the way, why it's called reduce, I think I should mention it in pull request. It's weird to call it reduce, but whatever. Yeah, okay. So an hour. Okay, I will try to keep it within 1 hour, and I think I could. It's 43 minutes, and I think I could fix some NLTK stuff in a few moments, like 15 minutes. And generally, I will try to limit my episodes to 1 hour. Anyway, I will come up with some technique to limit it, because like I mentioned, I usually imagine that it will take no more than 1 hour, but I end up spending 2 hours, so I underestimate the amount of work needed. Okay, so there is query terms, and there is function that's called reduce. And I'm not happy that it's called reduce, because there is Python function like built-in called Reddit. Oh, sorry, not Reddit, but built-in called reduce. So what it does is that it takes. So if you never used it, I'm going to show you one example. So it takes a function, for example, lambda, takes 2 parameters, and okay. Anyway, why it works with? I'm a bit puzzled that it works with two arguments. Okay, let me check it. Yes. Okay, I figured it out. So, what it takes a list or maybe a sequence or a generator, and it tries to sort of like reduce it to one value. And for example, as you can guess, this and this finds the sum of this list, and I mean sum. And of course, it's simpler to write sum, but sometimes we need more complex reduces. And anyway, the third parameter is initial value, and as I can guess, it tries to and when there is no third parameter, it tries to use the first element as the initial value. So that's why it didn't work on an empty list, but this should work. Okay. Anyway, bottom up and reduce interesting topic. So, and it's probably, and I mean, it's a very powerful concept, but I'm not going to like explain in depth it. Just wanted to show you that there is a built-in function which is pretty useful, and while this will work fine, I would like to rename it because for better understanding. So it will be more clear. Okay, reduce. Okay. I'm thinking what would be a better name. I'm considering process text, but I think it's too generic. Maybe stem and tokenize. Okay. Okay. Maybe stem and tokenize. Okay. So I'm going to commit it. So now there is no confusion. Anyway, otherwise I like this code. But one of the issues is that I'm using the index that was created with a previous version of Indexer, which wasn't aware of this NLTK stuff, which didn't use it. And I need to create a new index and also update the forward index creation, which isn't fun. By the way, the simplest way to show you the issue is just to show it. So I'm going to go to, I don't know what was the IP address. So I tried to create a new index. So here is the remote connection to this IP address where the demo runs, and Okay. So I'm going to kill this, and I'm going to launch the indexing process. Where is it? Yes. Yes. By the way, it should create. How much? Okay, it's 50 minutes. I think I have only 10 minutes, so I'm going to wrap up. I'm actually probably not going to fix the issue. I'm just going to explain what it is, and it might take a while, like a couple of minutes. Four people watching, less than during the previous episode. I posted on Reddit this time. I announced on Reddit this episode, but the thread got the score of 1, and I think Reddit is quite unpredictable. The previous announcement got I think the previous episode got 300 uploads or 350, but this one got only 1. So it's weird. Reddit is quite unpredictable. Anyway, I'm not going to. I'm going to stream regardless of what Reddit thinks. And I'm going to stream every Saturday from now on. I think there should be at least 5 episodes or maybe 10 episodes. I don't know. By the way, if you have ideas of what I should code or what I should do or what I shouldn't do during the episodes, let me know. You can, of course, do it right now in the chat, but you also can email me. I'm going to add my email here. I'm going to, yes, correct. So you can ask me questions using this email and send your feedback. Yeah. So it's taking some while. Okay. Yeah, by the way, it's a good point, and typically my streams, and typically there are much more people that watch the stream non-live, so they watch recorded stream. Okay. Did it work? It's still indexing. So I have over 2,000 of URL crawl, and by the way, how much space does it take? Okay, it's like 1/4 of gigabyte, and it's actually quite a lot, but I think it should take less time. It takes a lot of, for some reason it takes quite a lot of time indexing it. And it's still indexing. And actually I have no idea what's happening there, but maybe during the next episode I will profile this thing. So, okay, I clearly need to end it. Oops. So actually, I never profiled Python programs before, and I mean by profiling I mean using some tools. Obviously, used things like doing. Okay, I forgot it. I mean, there is there is time model, I think. Yeah. So the simplest way to profile a Python program is like if you have some suspicion that certain function runs, that certain function takes a lot of time, meaning that then you can do this thing. So let's say you have function that is runs too long, it's too slow. Okay, it finished indexing. Okay, so I'm going to explain the simplest way to profile Python programs. So let's say you have such function, right? So you launch, and you obviously you do it in the code, but I'm going to show you in the Python shell. So what you do is like start time, and then you launch this function, and after that you can just subtract the time and get the amount of time that took to execute the function. And in actual code, there is little overhead, but in this shell, it took me, I think, 4 seconds to type this. So the actual calculation is a bit off, but in actual code, there is little overhead. And typically when profiling programs, you need, and by the way, typically when profiling programs, you need relative values, not absolute values, like this function takes 1 second, but relative values like run this function takes 75% of this program time. Okay. So I basically wanted to read this document while this thing worked, but now it's finished. So I'm going to show you the problem, and I'm going to address it not now, but in the next episode. So let me back up the old indexes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. So let me launch. I think it launched. So let's say we have the same query Python C++, and in this case the index is small, so there is not much results. So let's rerun it, and as you can see there is much more results, almost half a thousand. But the problem is that snippets are weird now, right? I am go through Code Academy for JavaScript, and I am probably go to learn. It's weird, but this thing is happening because because of stemming. And like I mentioned, stemming. And like I mentioned, stemming and better tokenizing is a good thing, but we still need to show users correct snippets, and not this thing. It's a good thing to represent documents, and to represent words as their stems, not actual words. But we still need to show users actual nice snippets that contain actual words, not stems. By the way, I wanted where's chat? So okay, I'm a bit over 1 hour, and I'm going to end this in a couple of minutes, but the last thing I want to do is to experiment with stemming. I'm not sure if I explained it well. So what I want to do is to show you how stemming works. Okay, this is because I need to source someone suggested that I might use virtual envelope, which is spelled like this, but I haven't tried it yet. I looked at this program, which is a tool that makes working with virtual environments a lot nicer, and I liked it, but I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to do it this week. So let me show you how stemming works real quick. And okay, let's see this program. And this is probably not a word. Okay, let me try another. Okay, program. Let's try some other thing. Like, I don't know, octopi or octopuses. Okay. I think it should handle Latin words properly. Anyway, I'm trying to think of some more complex example. Obviously, I can do things like cats, or cats. Oh yeah, this is actually pretty interesting. There is an apostrophe here. Yours, your, you, simplified. Okay, this is another one interesting word. So here is the word simplified, but the stem is simplify. And this is actually pretty interesting. The word is simplify, but its stem is simplify. I mean, with the I at the end. So it's pretty cool. As you can see, it properly, it not just cuts the word, it actually uses some complex rules. Okay, they might not be all that complex, and they are pretty understandable. If you look at the code of Porter Stemmer, you're probably going to understand it pretty well, because it's relatively simple, but there are a bunch of rules, I think a few dozens maybe, that govern these transforms. So generally, I think it's nice to represent words and their stems. There is a certain trade-off because we kind of match more words together. So for example, we match simplified and simplify, which is probably typically good, but like I mentioned, programming and programs isn't the best. I mean, matching program to programming is probably not always wise. So, like I mentioned, there is some kind of trade-off, but it's pretty cool. And we still need to show users actual nice snippets, not stems. Anyway, or introductory. Okay, let me test this one. Probably introductory. Cool. Okay, so I'm a bit over 1 hour, and I'm going to end this episode in, I think, 3 minutes. If you have any questions or some things to say, do it now in the chat. I'm going to wait for 3 more minutes to catch up with potential lag. And then I'm going to end this episode. And in the next episode, I'm going to deal with larger indexes and fix this NLTK stuff. I mean, it's not exactly broken, and I'm very grateful to Jason for sending a pull request, but I sort of forgot that it is necessary to properly update the forward index. So, so I expected that stemming words would be simpler. Apparently it's not, but whatever. Okay, I'm going to look at the chat. I'm going to... Okay, someone is requesting the stuff from Android. Anyway, if some of you guys and girls are doing this, let me know in the chat. I'd like to know this, because clearly I'm not requesting it from Linux, Android 4.4, and I think Samsung is this phone. Anyway, yeah. So, okay, so I want to update the indexes. Indexes. I mean, not updated, but kind of downdated is the word. Downdate, update. I think downgrade. Okay, whatever. I'm going to return the old indexes. I mean, so we have indexes. I'm going to and I'm going to move old indexes. Like I mentioned, guys and girls, I'm pretty happy when you send me pull requests. So, like I mentioned, thanks to Jason, thanks to Jonathan. I'm actually grateful for sending them. I'm happy to review them, and there are some more issues to work on, which you can take, and you can actually report some issues if you want. So, alright, I need to relaunch it. Let me relaunch it. Anyway, I'm going to leave the demo here. You can play with it. So, no questions. And I think it. And I think 3 minutes passed. Thank you for watching. I'm happy to see your pull requests. I'm happy to see your comments. I'm happy to see new issues and your comments. And if you have any questions, I will be glad to answer them. Send me an email, send me a PM. If you want, you can chat with me on Skype. I'm not going to announce my Skype username here, but if you mail me, I will be happy to let you know my Skype username. So yeah, I think this is it. I'm going to keep my episode shorter and within 1 hour of length. So thanks for watching. The episode is going to be available within, the recording is going to be available within a few minutes under the same URL. So if you didn't watch the full episode, you can watch it within a few minutes. So yes, so bye. Thanks for watching.